All right, we ready to listen for this, Craig? Sound check. 1, 2, 3. Beavers and Mason Comets. Frozen Creek. Good morning, everyone. What time is it, Craig? Not what? Shouldn't it be 9:50 p.m.?
We're used to those two.
We're used to that. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Time for some Sunday morning hockey. My name is Kent Jacobs, and we are at Kettering Ice Arena, and we're going to be watching the Beavercreek Beavers against the Mason Comets in the 6th place game for the Frozen Creek. No, I beg your pardon, 5th place. As earlier today, Cincinnati, I want to say Stingers, Cincinnati Cyclones. See, I'm stuck in the 70s. I was going to say Cincinnati Stingers. That was their World Hockey Association team. But Cincinnati Cyclones beat Elder 9-0, so Cincinnati finishes 7th. So this game is to see who finishes 5th, and the loser will finish 6th. So it's Creek against Mason. In this tournament, Mason has defeated Elder 8-0 and lost to Lake 7-6. And tied St. X of Kentucky 5-5. The Beavercreek Beavers, they have lost to Lexington 5-1 and lost to PHA 6-1, and then defeated Cincinnati 4-2. Right now, the Mason Comets are being introduced on the ice right now. Grayson Atkins is going to be in goal for the Comets.
Number 6, Zach Vandermaas. Number 16, Ethan Mallet.
Beavers now being introduced.
Number 18, Drew Vandenbosch. Number 19, Liam Corrigan. And in goal, Gabe Horseman.
So Gabe Horseman in goal today for the Beavers. Now, everyone, from Kettering Ice Arena, the playing of our national anthem. everybody. Our videographer this morning is Amy Haywood, our engineer and producer Craig Newroth. I'm your old pal, Kent Jacobs. And we've got a few people here ready to watch a little bit, literally a few people. A handful of people. So we are getting ready for action. The Beavers come in 2-4 by way of a record. Their coach is Greg Gutterman. The Mason Comets, I'm not sure of their record. Do you know your guys' record? Do you know your record? Your one-loss record?
I can find out real quick.
Oh, okay. We're going to get an assist. The Mason Comets are coached by James Canham. The Beavers are in their home cream color sweaters with black trunks, orange trim, and the Mason Comets in black uniforms with green and white trim. The familiar Kelly green of the Mason Comets. Goaltenders to start the game. For Mason, it's Grayson Atkins, and for Beavercreek, Big Haas, Gabe Horseman. Did you see?
She's down there. I'll go ask her.
Oh, okay, no big deal.
I'll text her.
No, it's okay. There's a shot right away by the Comets' Finn Albers, and that's off a stick and over the glass. The officials are a couple of young guys. I do not know who these fellows are. Usually we get a lot of the same refs, and all I have to do is just look down there and I know who they are, but these young fellows I'm not aware of. There's a shot turned aside by Horseman. Puck centered. It's loose right in the crease, and it was still loose, but the whistle blows. I think did the net come loose? Because they whistled the action down when the puck was still live, but I think the net came loose. From the draw in the Beaver zone. Puck is lost at center by Noah Best, but tracked down by Max Kennedy. Couldn't get it out, however. It kicks over into the near corner of the Mason zone. There's a shot by Malik of Beavercreek, and a pad save kicked out by Adkins. Here come the Comets. There's a pass intended for Caleb Halderman in front, but it was broken up and cleared away. Now Max Kennedy checked by Malik at his own blue line. The puck back into the Mason zone. Trying to scoop it up there is Kennedy, or check out Halderman. Caleb Halderman. Drop pass, and now pass returned back to Halderman. Some confusion on the Comets. And the puck is picked up by Brighting, trying to clear it, unable to. And shot over into the corner of the Beaver zone. And unable to hold the puck in at the left point was Max Kennedy, and it goes all the way down the ice for icing against Mason. 13-19 to play in period number 1. Now we got some Hendricks. Puck shot to center ice is picked up by Brendan Canham. Canham collides into the boards on the opposite side with Haywood of Beavercreek. They both go down. Puck centered, shoveled away by Big Haas. Still active in the Beaver zone, however. It's wrapped around to this near side. It comes to the left point. James shoots it back behind the Beaver net for teammate Tanner Levin. Or Levin, maybe it might be Levin. For Mason, a shot off the stick of Andy James. And the puck comes in on Horseman, and Gabe will cover the puck up. Dexy's Midnight Riders.
You gonna name everything?
I can't, I gotta watch it because we'll get kicked off. YouTube will kick us off, so I gotta watch myself. So I'm not giving the titles of the songs. Here's Kennedy fanning on a shot, left point. Loose puck picked up and by Jeffrey Pitcher, but then he loses his edge and goes down. There's a shot the other way by the Beavers' J.P. Smith. That's wide, and then Smith is knocked on his back by Comet Seamus Kennedy. He goes down as well. Puck centered right in front, and it's broken up by the goalkeeper Adkins, but the net is loose. It happens a lot here, and it happens a lot over on that right side end, it seems like. So I don't know if just maybe the holes that those moorings are down in is, maybe kind of loose or something. I don't know. Face off, Beaver zone, or Comet zone, I beg your pardon. Foot race down the ice, Andy James, and he's beaten to the puck by Zach Briding. Briding ridden off the puck by James. In the corner, Natorp, puck centered. Zach Briding wrestling around with a couple of comments around the net. Puck is cleared away. It's icing on Beavercreek. No score. We're 3 minutes and 41 seconds into period number 1. It's going to be Eli Natorp winning the draw back to Finn Albers. His shot and the save made by Big Haas, and he'll hold on to it. Talon Patterson played both games for the Beavers yesterday, so Big Haas back in there today in the crease for Beavers. There's a blast. One-timer off the stick of Brendan Canham that gets blocked away in front. At center, Albers shovels the puck in behind the Beaver net. Tanner Levin couldn't control it. The puck is centered, but nobody there for the Comets. And the puck comes to center. There's a big hit on Liam Corrigan, but he's able to get the puck in the Comet zone. Now Malik takes a big hit after he shoots the puck behind the net, and we're going to have a cross check. I think that referee is Greg Leff. So I think that's who that is. But 6, okay.
Minor cross check.
So cross check on
Minor penalty on Mason.
Natorp.
For cross check.
From the draw in the Comet zone, puck is cleared away by Mason down the ice after it Hayden Drake all the way back behind his own cage. Long pass at center ice for J.P. Smith to Chase Newroth, and then he's knocked down along the boards. Comets come away with it. There's big Jeff Pitcher He goes down after he crosses into the Beaver zone. Back comes Haywood. Matt Haywood checked off the puck by Halderman. Loose puck near corner Comet zone. Puck centered but intercepted and cleared away by Max Kennedy. There's Max Kennedy and Seamus Kennedy. I'll take a wild guess and say that they're Irish. Here's Evan Schrader, or check that, Hayden Drake. 17, not 7. He centers for Newroth. The tip is wide. He didn't get good wood on that tip. Back to get it, Drake at center to Haywood whistle. As the puck popped over the boards, apparently, and out of play, and we'll have a face-off at center. Vanden Boss, and we got Callender. Both Vanden Bosses on the ice. And Hayden Drake anchoring the defense. From the draw, back to get it behind his own net is Brendan Canham, I beg your pardon. At center ice, it's Zach Vanden Boss. Pass intercepted by Seamus Kennedy and cleared away to center. Beavers on a power play. No score. 8.5 to go in the period. Loose puck at center. Now the penalty's been killed off. We're back to 5-on-5. Puck behind the Beaver net. Back there to get it, Pitcher. Pitcher checked. Loose puck right in front. Cleared, not out. Held in by Albers. It's blocked by Vanden Boss. Puck ricochets to center. Albers will dump it back in the Beaver zone. It rims around to the near side, played by Curtis Crimmins. Crimmins looking for Andy James in front, but there's a whistle. And we'll have a face-off. Pitcher. Lost the puck to center, now Pitcher back to get it. And he has it stripped away by Vanden Boss, but then Pitcher gets it back, and then he's bumped off the puck by Wes Briding. Puck cleared in the Beaver zone. And Zach Briding takes a big hit from Big Jeff Pitcher. He looks like the biggest kid out there on either team this morning. Pitcher just wrestling around with Ethan Malik. Now he shoots, and a save made by Horseman. We're past the midway point of the first period, no score. Noah Best dumps back in, and a whistle, and we've got an icing violation against Mason. And we'll take the face-off back in their end of the rink with 6:58 to play in period 1. Is there anybody watching? Should show how.
20 people.
20 people. We got 20 troopers. We usually get about 150 to 200 people or so. And on a Sunday morning, we got 20. So to the 20 folks watching, we thank you for joining us this morning. Puck cleared into the Mason zone, and it's icing Beavercreek. I wish we had something to give away to people watching, gift cards or something like that. I gotta be able to see. Loose puck held in by Albers, left point, fires, save, rebound, off to the corner. Picked up by Levin, trying to center it. Left wing circle, drop pass left point. Albers blocked a shot by Vandenbos. Then Vandenbos shoves Albers into the boards after he took that shot. Now Albers spins, shoots, save, Horseman, rebound behind the net. Into the corner, and clearing it away down the ice is Zach Briding, and he points to the referee. He wanted a penalty on Mason, but to no avail at this stage. We remain 5-on-5. 5:48 to go in period one. From the face-off in the Beavercreek zone. Halderman behind the net for Cam Leist. Puck centered, puck loose in front of the Beaver net. And a shot is taken by Caleb Halderman that's wide, and I don't know, Big Hoss might have gotten a piece of that. It's cleared away. Liam Corrigan trying to catch up to the puck, but Best beats him to it, to big Jeff Pitcher. Give and go pass intercepted by Drake, and he'll dump it in the Mason zone. Dangerous giveaway at center ice by Jeff Pitcher. Halderman spins and falls down, but sweeps the puck to center. Beavers clear it right back in the Comet zone. Max Kennedy to center. Pass for Grant Herr off of his stick into the Beaver zone. Vandenbos wraps it around the near boards. Intended for Malik. Broken up by Halderman. Halderman checked to the ice. Loose puck is Vandenbos, couldn't clear it, and getting a tip in front was Grant Herr, but wide. There's a blast by Rodway, and save, rebound, and House is down, and he keeps the puck out. Gabe Horseman, couple of big saves as he robs Kieran Rodway, who had a shot almost point blank right in the slot area in front of the Beaver goal, and he stopped that, and then they tried to slam in the rebounds, and Haas laid down on the side and kept it out. 4:18 to go, first period, from the draw in the Beaver zone. Across center ice is Miller to Haywood, centering, and it's intercepted and cleared away. Zach Briding at center, dumps it in. Behind the Comet net, there's Finn Albers. Pass at center intercepted. Zach Briding, pass to Callender off his stick. Callender and Levin fight for it. Now Briding is checked into the boards on his head first. There's a shot by the Comets, and they score from the left wing circle. And it looks like the perpetrator on that goal is the man with no last name, Andy James. And it's 1-0 for the Comets. I was kind of concerned about Zach Briding on that play. He was checked head first into the boards, but he was okay. He didn't collide with his noggin into the boards very hard. And the puck kicked over to the left wing circle, and James is able to rifle one home. So it's James from Levin. And 1-0 for the Mason Comets. The Mason Comets are playing in the Swashel again this year, but they're a club team. Although I think they've made a rule change for the league that the Comets will be able to participate in the postseason tournaments. There's a shot, stick save, Haas. Loose puck at center. After it, J.P. Smith. He's working 1-on-2, and he gets bumped off the puck by Noah Best before he could move in. Here's pitcher unable to control the puck. Shot ahead by Zach Vandenbos. Comets come back. Seamus Kennedy checked after he entered the Beaver zone, and the puck cleared away. 2:18 to go, first period. Beavers trailing Mason 1-0. Chase Newroth had his pass knocked down. He goes and gathers the puck back in. Another pass intercepted, this time by Crimmins. Centers a shot, and it's wide of the mark. There was a pad save, and on the rebound, it was whistled wide of the Beaver goal. Canham lost the puck to neutral ice. After it for the Beavers was Schrader, unable to catch up to it. Comets send it back in. Beavers send it back out. At center ice, Finn Albers fell down, and that could have been dangerous had there been a Beaver player in the vicinity, but there was not on that play. Minute and a half to go in the period. Finn Albers trying to shake off Ethan Malik. Bangs it off the near wall at center ice for Halderman. He's checked. Loose puck. Malik trying to pick it up. Now Callender whacking at it. And here comes Tanner Levin. They have to let it go or they would have been offside. Puck cleared back to the Beavers, by the Beavers to the Mason line. Under a minute to go in the period. Pass at center on the stick of Andy James, but played nicely by Chase Newroth of the Beavers to break up Andy James. There's a shot and the save made by Adkins off the stick of J.P. Smith. Nice play down at this other end by Chase Newroth. I said he broke up Andy James. He didn't make him laugh. He just took the puck away from him. Chase Newroth against Jeff Pitcher in the Mason zone. Chase wins the draw, but it's ticked to center, foot race. There comes Curtis Crimmins into the Beaver zone. Crimmins drops it off to Pitcher, but Newroth breaks that up. There's a shot at the Beaver net wide. 15 seconds left in the period. Vandenbos rammed into the boards by Pitcher. 10 seconds left in the period. Puck still in the Beaver zone along the near wall. It's kicked away by Malik down the ice, but Kennedy is able to catch up to it first, and then the buzzer sounds the end of period number 1. So a good period by both teams. Just one goal scored in this frame, and it's by Andy James of the Mason Comets, and assisted by Tanner Levin. So if he's Andy James, what if we flip that and say Andrew Jim? No. Shots 14-2. All right, shots from down below, they call it up. Official shots on goal, Mason 14 and Beavercreek just 2. So Gabe Horseman had to stand tall in that first period to keep the Beavers in it.
Shout out to our sponsors real quick.
Okay, we've got some sponsors that we'd like to mention. They are sponsoring this tournament. Go-To Pros. And we'd like to mention Launch 4 and our good pal Bill Daniels, Dayton's Original Pizza Factory. Good shout out to our pal Bill Daniels. Then we've got Dayton MMA Academy, and that's our good pal Chris Lehman, and he's the martial arts expert. And then we've got Russell Wealth and Germain Auto Group of Beavercreek, Kane's Restaurant, and Iron Gate Realtors. That's Rhonda Shamball. Good shout out to Rhonda. She sponsors Dayton Stealth and Beavercreek Hockey, and she sponsors this tournament. So shout out to Rhonda Shamball. Kitchen and Bath Designs, KBD. And then we got TJ Awards. They will sell you trophies and medals and that type of thing that you might want to give to your sales force or your sports team or whatever. TJ Awards in Beavercreek. So shout out then to all the sponsors of this tournament. From the draw, Canham being shadowed by Haywood of Beavercreek. 4 players wrestle around with it behind the Mason net. Puck is shot to center ice. It carries over into the Beaver zone, cleared, not out, held in by Canham. For Natorp, he's ridden into the boards, and clearing the puck was Liam Corrigan. Resetting at center, Finn Albers. Rink wide pass, Canham. Pass at center for Kennedy. Rink wide, Albers. Shadowed by Corrigan. Pass at center for Canham, too far ahead of him. Chopping it in the Beaver zone is Tanner Levin. 1 minute into second period. Mason in the dark uniforms leads at 1-0. Here is Albers cutting across the slot, shooting, save, rebound, save, and whistle as the puck is covered up by Gabe Horseman. New Beavers on the ice right now. We got Breiting, Vandenboss, Smith, Malik, and Schrader. Big Jeff Pitcher takes the draw for Mason against Malik. Puck carries over into the far corner of the Beaver zone from the draw. Halderman can control it. Now Pitcher, near corner. Pitcher drops it off. Halderman over in the opposite wing for her. He's checked by Breiting. Loose puck, Vandenboss clears it, and let's see if it goes all the way down. I think it's going to hold up. No, it's not. It'll be an icing violation against Beavercreek. If Kennedy of Mason could have caught up to that puck, he could have prevented the icing. Or that was her, rather. Or Best, I beg your pardon. I'll get it right. Noah Best. But he was unable to catch up to it. Pitcher takes the draw and wins it for the Comets. Fire, save, rebound, and unable to get the shot off on the rebound was Grant Herr. He had an empty net on this near side, but he was being partially tied up from behind and was unable to get a shot on the rebound. Here's Max Kennedy. Rink wide pass to Grant Herr. He shovels it ahead. It's taken away by Haywood of Beavercreek. Haywood drops it off to Callender. Return pass is intercepted by Pitcher. Here's Big Jeff Pitcher into the Beaver zone. He's being accosted by 2 Beavers. Puck kicks free to Callender. Pass at center for Curve Miller. It's behind him. Here come the Comets the other way. And the puck comes up here and it almost knocked out our videographer, Amy Haywood. Amy, that was headed my way. I wanted you to catch that. Yeah. Yeah. So if if you're talking and all of a sudden there's just silence, you know I got hit by the puck and I'm laying on the ground over here. And Craig will pick up the microphone and say, somebody can please bring a bucket of cold water to splash on our announcer. Oh, mercy. Okay, 12-18 in the second remaining. Beaver zone face-off. Finn Albers fires, and it whistles wide of the Beaver net. Puck centered again. Beavers break it up, held in at the point by Finn Albers, and his shot is blocked back to center ice. Brendan Canham back to get it for Mason. Pass at center to Tanner Levin. Levin drops it off to Andy James. Poke check away. After it for the Beavers, here comes Ethan Malik, right wing. He's going to move in and shoot. Oh, and it's off the goalpost, I believe. And I'm not sure if Atkins got a piece of that or not, but it looked like it. It didn't sound like it, but it looked like it hit off the goalpost. Now the other way, here comes Andy James moving in. He shoots it, and the save, rebound. Oh, and that tips wide. I can't believe that puck didn't go in. Andy James was looking for his second of the game and nearly gets it. Big save. There's a collision. J.P. Smith and Eli Natorp knock each other down. Now here's Finn Albers in the corner. The pitcher, or correction, that's Halderman. He hands it off behind the net. Puck centered, but right to the Beavers' J.P. Smith, and he'll ice it the other way. 10:44 to go in the second. One goal in this game scored in the first period by Andy James of Mason, assisted by Tanner Levin. If any of you 20 folks that are watching want to get a message in to us to say hello, feel free to do it on the live chat, and we'll read it on the air for you. Whether you're a Beaver rooter or a Mason rooter, doesn't matter. Puck is chipped away from the draw. Coming the other way, Ethan Malik working 1-on-2. His shot is blocked. He gets it back. Another shot blocked, and then he gets knocked flying, I believe, by Crimmins, and there's a whistle. So a roughing minor, and it wasn't Crimmins, not 10, it was 18, Noah Best. So a roughing minor on Noah Best as he just flattened Ethan Malik after he took a shot. Second penalty of the game on Mason. The Beavers have yet to commit a penalty in this contest. Malik gets hit again. Ethan is getting knocked around, but he's got the puck. He gets rammed into the boards again, and he shoves back against Halderman. And Malik will go back and pick up the puck at his own blue line. Beavers on a power play, trailing 1-0. Pass gets through the skates of Haywood to the near boards in the Mason zone. It's tipped ahead, and here's Pitcher. One man back, it's Brighting. And Brighting checks him, and then he's knocked down by Newroth. A big Jeff Pitcher, or Chase Newroth, gets a good hip check in on the big boy and gets a shot at the other end, and it's a save by Garrett Atkins. Rebound is cleared away. Back to get it for the Beavers is Zach Brighting. 9.5 to go in the period. A minute left in the Beaver power play. Here's Albers for Mason. Short-handed over the Beaver line. Deeks goes behind the net. Still has it. Left wing, left point. And he'll, to kill time, will just skate all the way back into his own zone. Then a pass to Pitcher at center. And we've got a whistle as the puck was moved ahead with a hand pass. And the clock is stopped. 41 seconds left in the Beaver power play. They haven't done anything with this one-man advantage as of yet. 9:11 to go in the second period. Mason in the dark uniforms leads at 1-0. We emanate from the Kettering Ice Arena in Kettering, Ohio. From the draw, hammered shot by Brendan Canham and deflects wide from a skate in front of the net. Here's Canham again, trying to pull the trigger on a shot, but he's checked. He gets it back again, another shot, and save made by Horseman. So Brendan Canham, number 3 for the Comets. He gets a few shots off at the Beaver net, but has yet to cash one in. The one goal of this game scored by Andy James of the Comets. Now it's Matt Haywood against Eli Natorp. Natorp wins the draw. Canham again spins around J.P. Smith. He wanted to take another shot, but Smith impeded him from doing so. Now here is Andy James, near corner, being checked by Zach Briding. Centers off the side of the net, and Canham wanted to tee another one up, but the puck hopped over his stick to center ice. For James, give and go, Albers. Unable to hook up with him. Canham fighting for it along the near boards. Puck comes to center. There's a big hit on Schrader by Andy James, and Mr. James is going to spend a couple of minutes in the cooler as he flattened Smith, and that's a roughing minor. So Beavers get another shot at a power play, trailing 1-0. That's Andy James. So the Comets have committed 3 penalties, the Beavers none, but the Beavers 0 for 2 on the power play so far. From the draw on the Mason zone, Malik a shot that's off a stick and over the crossbar. Puck cleared back to center ice. Back is Hayden Drake. Drake, pass, rink wide. Newroth over the Mason line, a shot, and steered aside by Atkins with his big paddle stick. Haywood, drop pass back to Drake. Drake ridden into the boards by Pitcher. Drake winds up, hammers one wide of the near post. Puck ricochets back to the blue line and then chipped down the ice. Hayden Drake is able to beat Curtis Crimmins to the puck. Back come the Beavers. Here comes the shotgun. Hayden Drake fires right on and right into the trapping mitt of Garrett Atkins, and he'll hold on to it. 1:11 left in the Beaver power play. Beavers just are not setting up a play on the power play so far. It's just kind of reckless, kind of like they're just regular playing, but they're not setting up. Of course, a lot of this could be Mason's defense, but they're just not setting up play in the attacking zone on these power plays yet. Back is Drake. He's got to chase it back behind his own net. Under a minute left in the power play. 7 minutes left in the second period. We're past the midway point of the game. Again, the puck cleared back into the Beavers need a quarterback on that power play to set up a play. Here is Briding, pass at center, intercepted by Canham. And Canham will chase the puck into the Beaver zone. Canham wants to score. He didn't just clear the puck down the ice, he carried it in over the line. I think he was looking to try to get a shorthanded scoring chance, but Beavers commit a cardinal sin on a power play. They commit an icing, and so the puck is taken all the way back into their own zone, and that's going to kill time. Halderman will take the draw against Ethan Malik. Beavers have 22 seconds to work with on a one-man advantage, trailing 1-0. Here's Newroth across center into the Mason zone, and he's bumped off the puck as he tries to move in. Again, they're just not setting up, trying to set up a play around the perimeter to get somebody free in front. Now the penalty's been killed off. There's a puck comes in on from the side of the net on Atkins, and he'll hold on to it. So the Beavers now 0 for 3 on the power play. .6:05 left in the period. Vandenboss, Malik, Corrigan, Vandenboss, Newroth. Chase Newroth are playing a defense position, it looks like. Puck is chipped away to center. Newroth intercepts it and flips it back in the Mason zone. It's emptied right back out, and now Newroth again will dump it in, and it's offside as a couple of Beavers were over the Mason blue line in the attacking zone. And so we'll take it all the way back into the Beaver zone for the face-off. 5:50 to play in the second. Pitcher v. Malik. Pitcher wins the face-off to Halderman. Halderman behind the Beaver net. Looking to make a play, bangs it off the wall to Best, right point. His shot is blocked by Newroth. Knocked it down with the hand. Long pass ahead for Malik into the Mason zone, trying to chase it down. And calling for the puck in front was Vandenboss. He was parked in the slot. But instead coming back is Mason's Jeff Pitcher. Left wing pass Halderman into the Beaver zone. Fires, and swallowing that puck up is Big Haas. He'll hold on to it. Earlier action this morning, it was Cincinnati over Elder 9-0. So the Cyclones finished 7th in this tournament. The Elder Panthers 8th. The winner of this game will finish 5th, and the loser 6th. From the draw in the Beaver zone, Canham. Centers, but nobody there for Mason. Albers to Pitcher, I didn't see who that was, a centering pass. Here's Natorp trying to knock it down in front and unable to. Curve Miller trying to clear. It's held in by Canham. He's shot, and it's off of Haas and over the crossbar. Here's another shot blocked by a Mason player himself, Andy James, inadvertently. Finn Albers for Andy James. James along the far wall to Albers. He's shoved down by Drake, and we've got a penalty, and it'll be on the shotgun. Hayden Drake pushed, I think it was Andy James or Finn Albers, one or the other, down along the far wall, and Hayden is going to sit for a couple minutes. And it's a tripping minor on Hayden Drake. First penalty of the game on Beavercreek. From the face-off in the Beavercreek zone, puck is swept to center ice by Matt Haywood. Canham picks it up to Albers, up the left wing for Natorp. Stops. Rink-wide pass Canham, right wing circle. And he drops it back to James. He's got a clearing and a shot, but it's off a stick wide. Now see, this is what I'm talking about by setting up a play. You see the Comets doing that right now. They're just controlling the puck in the offensive zone and trying to set up a play in front. And there's a tip on a centering pass by Levin that's wide. Here is Eli Natorp, left wing circle, shot, save, and juggling the puck for a moment was Horseman, but he's able to control it. 1:13 left in the Comet power play, 3:37 left in period number 2. Left wing circle face off. Natorp wins the draw for Mason. Here's Andy James, shot off a stick wide. Natorp for James, now behind the net. Natorp, pass behind again, centered for Levin. His tip is wide. Here's Natorp for Albers. Gets around a check, moves in, shot, pad save, rebound. Still loose, and now the Beavers, Chase Newroth is able to flip it to center. And Canham will play it, puck hit with a high stick. And they'll move the face off. 34 seconds left in the Mason power play. The puck was hit with a high stick of a Mason player, and therefore the face-off will be moved down into the Mason zone. 2:58 to go in the period. Matt Haywood for Beavercreek against Pitcher from the draw. Puck rimmed along the dasher wall to the blue line, chipped back in. The Mason zone back to get it, and Noah Best. Long pass at center off the stick of Halderman. Zach Brighting able to clear it. 15 seconds left in the Mason power play. They've gotten several shots off, but Horseman has been able to stop them. Loose puck, and that's going to kill the power play as the puck is shot down the ice behind the Mason goal. So the Beavers are able to kill off that penalty. There's Zach Brighting, a shot from the left point, and it comes in on goal, and the stop is made by Atkins. He'll cover it up. Again, 1 goal in this game so far. First period, Andy James, assisted by Tanner Levin. It's 1-0 Comets. Haywood against Pitcher. Here comes Pitcher off his own draw, flips the puck down the ice, intended for Halderman. He's checked by Drake. There's a collision with Curve Miller and Noah Best. Pitcher picks up the loose puck, but he lost the handle of it. Crimmins clears it into the Beaver zone. Beavers take back over. Hayden Drake around Halderman. Right wing, over the line, shot. A wrister is wide. 1.5 minutes to go in the period. Loose puck, Halderman carries into the Beaver zone. Checked from behind by Callender. Pitcher trying to get a shot, he couldn't. Halderman trying to get a shot off, he couldn't. Halderman behind the net, ridden into the end boards by Vandenbos. Halderman will sweep it back behind the net. Under 1 minute to play in the period. From the left point, winding up a shot, pad save. The shot was by Noah Best. Rebound carries all the way down the ice, and it's icing on Beavercreek with 44 seconds left in the period. Got Newroth, Smith, Schrader, Malik, and Drake on the ice for Beavercreek. I see Canham, James, Levin, Natorp, and Albers on for the Comets. There's a few more people have wandered into the rink from the draw. Here's Canham, a shot. And a high wrister. Good shot by Canham. It's snared by Horseman. Shoulder high. And Big Gabe will hold on to it. From the draw in the Beaver zone. James centers. Deflected away by Horseman. James holds it in. He's looking to move in front. A shot, and he hit the goalpost. Off the trapping mid of Horseman, then off the goalpost. Puck still live in the Beaver zone with 20 seconds to go in the period. Canham, he's wanting to score. He drops it behind the net, intercepted by Newroth. Wraps it around. Nate Torp centers. A tip in front, and Horseman keeps it out. He stuffs it. Tanner Levin he's looking up. He thought he had one. Tanner Levin behind the net along the end wall is looking up like, oh my gosh. He thought he had it, but Horseman kept his pads down and keeps the puck out. Face off Beaver zone, 5 seconds left. There's a shot and a save and a whistle, and Big Haas has been very busy in this second period. The Comets outshot the Beavers 14-2 in the first, and it's probably some type of a similar ratio here in the second. Time for just a face-off, and that's it. There's a shot, and it is a save for Horseman as he knocks the puck away, and that'll do it for period number 2. No scoring in the second period, so after 2 periods of play, it remains the Mason Comets 1 and the Beavercreek Beavers nothing. And stand by, folks. We're going to try to get a shot count, so stand by.
Hot hands.
Yeah, I had to wear gloves.
Jacket on for the intermission?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I might later.
I'm gonna go say hi to my family. Yeah, it's gonna be here a while. There. You probably need a. Yeah, and you need a little seat rest too.
Do I have time to use the restroom? Okay.
Get it?
It is. It's plenty of time. I need about 1 minute. Sugar and makes you have to go.
Muscle memory's a terrible thing, isn't it? PHA Lake is next, right? And PHA's home? Cool. Thank you. one thing I could not anticipate is the final lineup, so I have to do all the final cards. That'll be game 15. I sure appreciate you coming out today. I have to admit, if I didn't have kids playing, I don't know if I would be. Hey Kent, they scored the first goal in the first period, right? And then second period was scoreless. Yep. Just keep pushing me until you can get
Okay.
through.
Well, 2 kids ago, I could have hit right here, but not anymore.
Yeah.
Not at 47 and 2 kids.
I totally get that. And I don't even have the kids to blame. Except, you know, the most kind of
Right.
expansive sense.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Whew. We have a JV game tomorrow?
I heard rumor, but I have not confirmed it. There's okay. Yes, we do.
Okay. I didn't realize, but I'm like, I just got a reminder that we signed up for stuff on Genius Scan, and I'm like, oh, we got a game tomorrow? I think I thought I was signing up for Frozen Creek.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Surprise.
which is fine.
Coach never lets them out that early. Usually the refs will have them honk the horn. And
Oh, yeah, really?
Oh, yeah, usually. I don't know if it's a good sign or a bad sign.
Man, there's a lot of smack talk.
Oh, yeah.
Holy cow.
Yep. They're not our little angels anymore, are they?
Yep. They are. Really don't like each other. I mean, I was an athlete for all my life, and I never was like hateful. Like I never was. It's just supposed to be boys versus girls.
Well, I tell you, the story is girls track meet, high school and college. Track meet, long runs around the field, and one of the girls goes down, sprained her ankle, tripped, hung down, and several people stopped, helped her up,
Yeah,
and helped
yeah,
her finish.
yeah.
That would have been boys.
No.
They would have run past them and said, look
Kick
at
dirt
it.
at like when the
or
dogs.
over 'em.
Yeah, they would have been like
Jumped over him. Look at that knucklehead. Yeah.
like push them in the ground. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yep.
We're back, folks. Your old pal Kent resting his pipes during that intermission. That's why we didn't talk to you. Got 2 more games coming up. Did we get shots second period?
Only what I have up here, 24 to 6 for the game.
Okay.
But I make no avowal as to how accurate that is.
Yeah. I think they had more than 10 shots in the second period, Mason.
Probably.
So we'll wait to get a shot count, official shot count at the end of the game. We're back to action in the third. Good game, 1-0 for Mason. Andy James, the only goal scorer so far in this contest for the Comets. There's Ethan Malik. He's got a clearing on right wing. Winds up, fires, and it's up over the crossbar. If it would have been a field goal, it would have been good. Here comes Mason. Left wing pass to Albers over the Beaver line. His shot kicked out by Horseman. Pass back to pitcher at center ice. Now the puck is dumped in behind the Beaver net. Drake bangs it off the wall. It's intercepted by Crimmins. A shot ping-pongs off a couple of sticks right on goal, and then save made by Big Haas. Puck chipped down the ice. Lenhart back to get it. Or check that, Kennedy. Wrong team. Halderman. Back to pitcher. It gets past him down the ice. And it's on goal, and it's turned aside by Adkins. Adkins has not been very busy in this game, and that's bad news for the Beavers, although they only trail at 1-0. There's Halderman. Puck comes off of his stick, and guarding the blue line was Malik. He clears it down the ice. Drake will dump it back in the Mason zone. I think the Beavers this period are looking to try to police the neutral zone better and try to keep the Comets from rushing into the Beaver zone. Here is a chance for the Comets. Halderman is checked by Malik. Pass to the left point. Kennedy, rink wide for Kennedy. Couldn't control it. Pitcher holds it in. Here's pitcher, left wing circle. He'll shoot, and shaking that shot off was Big Haas with his right shoulder. Behind the net pitcher for Mason. He's got Crimmins parked in front of the net. Centering pass deflected away. Pitcher again centers, but unable to get a tip on it was Crimmins. There's a shot from the right point by James. That's a save by Horseman. Puck centered again, broken up. Another shot by pitcher, and it's behind the net. Here's Crimmins. Side of the net, Halderman. He has it stripped away, and it's cleared as Halderman runs Haywood into the boards. And we've got a whistle and an icing on Beavercreek. As soon as I say the Beavers are policing the the neutral zone to keep the Comets out, they just spent about a minute or minute and a half in the Beaver zone. And there's a face-off in the Beaver zone. 11 and a half to go in the game. Liam Corrigan, big boy out there for the Beavers. He's going to take the draw. And we're waiting on the Comet cameraman taking a picture. Now Drake is going to replace Newroth in the Beaver lineup. Now the official comes over with a word. That's Greg Leff. Greg, I always get Greg Leff and Greg Sign mixed up. I'm sorry. I think it's Greg Leff. I'm not sure who the other official is. I don't think it's Eric Schreiner, because I would recognize him. Puck held in by the Comets. There's a big blast by Canham, and his slap shot was wide from the right point. Puck cleared, and it's icing Beavercreek. Now we've got Schrader, Haywood, Malik, Drake, and Smith on the ice. There's a shot, and they score from the left wing circle. And that was Finn Albers, I believe. We'll get an announcement on the goal, and that doubles the Comet lead now to 2-0. From the face-off at center. Puck tipped in the Beaver zone. Back to get it is Drake. Here comes Hayden.
Number 6, Eli Natorp.
Oh, Natorp.
Assisted by number 17, James.
And James got the assist. So Natorp assisted by James. It looked like Finn Albers led the handshake line at the bench, and that's why I thought it was him possibly. But they give it to Natorp. And it's 2-0 Comets. Here's a chance for Ethan Malik. He gets a wrist shot off from the right wing circle, and it's gloved by Grayson Atkins. Now, new Beavers on the ice. Drew Vandenboss, Haywood, Corrigan, Newroth, Zach Briding. From the draw, backhander by Corrigan, saved by Atkins. Nice chance by Liam Corrigan. Jeff Pitcher Poke checked away by Haywood. He's being harassed by Zach Breiting. Still has the puck, though. Pitcher, left point. Kennedy fires on goal, and it's caught by Big Haas. Horseman had a very good sight line on that shot. Nobody in front of him. Natorp, Canham, Albers, James, Levin on for Mason. We got Newroth, we got Malik, Breiting, and it looks like Compton on for Beavercreek. Centering pass steered aside by Horseman. Puck held in by Natorp along the blue line. He shoots, save, rebound, kicked in front, shot by Brendan Canham. And that's wide of the net. Puck flipped up high down the ice, and it's icing against Beavercreek. 9:22 to play. Again, the first game this afternoon, or this morning, I should say, was Cincinnati 9, Elder nothing. In a matchup of the two Queen City teams in this tournament. After this, we'll have Lake going up against PHA. And in the championship game later, it'll be Lexington against St. X. In a matchup of Bluegrass State teams. St. X of Kentucky and the Lexington Thoroughbreds. Here it's 2-0 Mason over Beavercreek. Beavercreek the host team of this tournament. 8:45 to go. Here comes Albers over the Beaver line. Left wing. Gets through a couple of Beavers, then lost his edge and went down to his knees. Puck comes to center. Played by Levin. Over to Albers, left wing. Head Manning. James into the Beaver zone. Around Drake. Shot. And the net came loose. He thought he had a goal. The net was knocked loose. Andy James thought he had one. Made a nifty move around Drake. Cutting right in front of the Beaver net. And he thought he knocked it in. He might have, but the net was knocked loose. So no goal, 8:22 to play. Face off in the Beaver zone. Beavers need to get some shots on the Mason net at the other end of the ring. Now Compton comes on the ice to complete the Beaver lineup. And now Malik will surrender his spot in the face-off circle to Newroth, who wins the draw back to Malik. Rimmed around the far side to Miller, but he couldn't pick it up. And it's chipped away to center. Jeff Pitcher will go back to get it. Pitcher racing into the Beaver zone, left wing, shoots, save. And the puck centered again, but broken up by Newroth. Held in left point, Kennedy to her, and the puck is shot on goal, and a save made by Horseman, and the net comes loose again. We'll have another face-off in the Beavercreek zone. Beavers came into the game 2 wins, 4 losses. They're trying to win 2 in a row for the first time this season. But trailing 2-0 here in the third, midway through. Here's Kennedy. Foot race with Haywood. Kennedy catches up to it behind his own net, but stripped by Haywood. Puck comes back behind the net. Calendar for Beavercreek looking to make a play. Centering. Newroth. Haywood. Oh, and he tipped it wide. He had an open net on the far side, but he's One-time shot was wide of the net. Nice play by Newroth and Haywood. Couldn't quite, and here's Drake trying to get a shotgun blast away, but partially fanned, and now we've got a whistle. We got a roughing penalty coming up against, it looks like, Mason's Noah Best. So Noah Best gets his second roughing penalty of the game. That's the fourth penalty on Mason of the game. The Beavers have committed one. Here's James, a breakout, shorthanded, and he's stonewalled by Horseman. Big save by Gabe Horseman to keep the Beavers in the game. But there's a centering pass for Canham. Couldn't get a tip on it. There's a shot from Albers, a save. Kick behind the net on the rebound. Here's James. James circles around, top of the slot. Being checked by Callender. Centers. Canham off his stick. Canham picks up a loose puck. Top of the slot. Fires. Save. And Horseman is able to cover the puck. Clock stops. 6:23 to go. 1:17 left in the Beaver one-man advantage. Although the Comets have had the scoring chances on this Beavercreek power play. Face off in the Beaver zone. Big Jeff Pitcher against Malik. Malik wins the draw, but right back to goalkeeper Gabe Horseman, and he's able to smother it. We'll do it again. Malik v. Pitcher. Malik wins the draw again. Back to Drake. Drake pass at center to Vandenbos. He clears it in. Comets empty it right back out to center. Here's Pitcher into the Beaver zone. Being checked by Vandenbos. Pitcher looking to center. Canham fans on a one-time shot. Here come the Beavers the other way. Vandenbos will dump it in on goal. Save made by Adkins. 40 seconds left in the Beaver power play. Here comes Canham around Drake behind the Beaver net. Centers, but right to Zach Brighting, who clears the puck. But that's how the Beavers want to set up a play in the Mason zone. Here's Malik, and before he could shoot, nice stick work by Canham to tie up Malik's stick so he couldn't get a shot. The other way, there's a sweep shot right in front by Albers that's wide of the Beaver net. Penalty's been killed off by Mason, and an icing violation against Beavercreek with clock is still running. Clock. There they go, okay. Well, we just lost about 6 seconds of play. They let the time run, and let's see if they have them reset it. Should be like 5 minutes even left. Okay, now they're talking the official. Let's see if they reset the time or not. We might just have them wait a few seconds before they start it. There's a shot, stick save, Horseman. Now the clock starts, so they just delayed the start of the time a few seconds to try to make up for that lost time. Natorp a shot, stick save, and there's a blast by Best, but there's a whistle. I think the net came loose again. Noah Best having a word with a couple of friends of his over the glass, just having a conversation. Now a face-off in the Beaver zone. Best trying to hold it in. He's being tied up by Tyler Callender along the far wall. Kicks behind the net. Here's Levin centering. A tip off the goal post. And another sweep at the puck by James is broken up. James holds it in. He carries it around the blue line, cutting behind the net. Now trying to center the puck, and it's off a skate to the corner. Picking up the puck is Newroth. Newroth ridden into the boards by Andy James before he could break out on right wing. Comets a big physical team. Of course, this is a Swashel preview because the Comets are in the Southwest Ohio High School Hockey League, albeit they're a club team. Last year they were not allowed to participate in the conference tournament, but I think there's been a rule change this year that they've been given permission, I believe, to play in the Swashel tournament. And of course, Springboro coming back to the league this year, so it's a couple more teams that could play in the Swashel tournament. 3:45 to play in the game. 2-0 Mason. They're in the dark sweaters. Across center is Albers into the Beaver zone. Centers, but unable to get a tip on it was Halderman. Here's a backhand shot saved by Horseman off the stick of Pitcher. And Big Haas will hold on to it. .331 to go. Newroth against Pitcher. This Mason group, they're a big physical team. Some good skaters on this team as well. Albers behind the net, intercepted by Zach Briding. Bangs it off the corner boards. Picked off by Halderman. Behind the net, James centering. Trying to center it. Pitcher back to Albers. Fires! And it's wide. Canham into the corner. Halderman ridden into the boards by Briding. Puck center, nobody there in front for the Comets. Now Pitcher takes a hit from Newroth along the boards. Pitcher spins, looks to make a play, drops it behind the net. Halderman. Halderman checks by Newroth. There's Pitcher, 2.5 to go in the game. Puck held in by Canham. Shot at the net, a bouncing puck on that shot that's wide of the near post. Another shot saved. Canham shot is blocked by Briding. Canham again, he wants to score. His shot is tipped wide. Pitcher back to get it at center ice. Checked by Callender down to the ice. Callender, and then is in turn hit into the boards by Halderman. 2 minutes to play. It's been a very one-sided game in favor of Mason, but only 2-0. Here's Chase Newroth trying to work around a couple of, he's working 1-on-4. That usually doesn't work out very well when you're going up against 4 opponents. Puck cleared away. Here's Canham. Drops it off, but right to Briding. Briding's pass intercepted by Levin, and then Levin knocks Briding down. These are big boys out here. Here's Levin. Briding trying to get a hit on. Here's a shot by Levin wide. Kennedy centers the puck. And there's a big check by Briding. And a puck shot in on net. Save made by Horseman. A minute, 3 seconds to go. Face off Beaver zone. And we have a timeout. Timeout Beavercreek, I believe. And Now coming up next will be PHA against Lake. So 2 goals have been scored in this game. Andy Best and Eli Natorp. This is another one of these games that I think Coach Gutterman hoping that will help toughen his team up and prepare them for league play. A big physical team like this Mason bunch is. Shot wide of the Beaver goal. Under a minute to play. Puck chipped ahead by Haywood. He's got a clearing on right wing. But from behind, he's checked down to the ice by James and Natorp. Boy, they ambushed him from behind. It looked like Haywood had a clear shot toward the net on right wing. Half a minute to go. Levin centers, and it's picked up by Andy James. He fires, and it's blocked. James behind the net. Will skate it out, and I think he's just going to kill time as he goes all the way back in his own zone. He's being shadowed by Newroth, and he's just going to skate it out. Long pass at center. 5 seconds left. Drake picks it up. That's going to do it as the Mason Comets win 2-0. A shutout for Grayson Atkins. We're going to try to get shots.
I had 38-8.
Let me hold on, folks. I'm going to try to get shots.
To what?
43-11.
I wasn't far off.
Hey, you guys are big bad and
Whoa,
tough.
there's some stuff
Yeah.
going on over
Good
there.
job, hon.
And I'm back. We got an official shot count, but there was some pushing and shoving along the far boards as the teams after the handshake. Hayden Drake and Andy James were exchanging a couple of half pushes, half punches. Coach Gutterman is speaking with the Comet coaching staff. Just an amiable conversation. As this game has been concluded, the final score 2-0 Mason, and we can quickly go over the scoring in this game. Okay, in the first period it was Andy James assisted by Tanner Levin, and in the third period it was Eli Natorp assisted by Andy James. So let's get the 3 stars. Going to give the number 3 star of the game. We'll give that to Eli Natorp. The number 2 star of the game, I'm going to give that to Gabe Horseman of Beavercreek. Yeah, he was the losing goalie in this game, but Gabe stopped 41 out of 43 shots. Tanner Atkins or Grayson Atkins, I beg your pardon, Grayson Atkins of Mason got the shutout in this game, but only 11 shots. So he was had a very quiet evening, and that's why Grayson is not in my 3-star count. So the number 2 star is Gabe Horseman, stopping 41 of 43 shots. The number 1 star of the game from the Mason Comets, Andy James. Andy, a goal and an assist, as though he played a role in both goals. And the hard hat today, I'm going to give it to Zach Brighting of Beavercreek. He was trying to push and shove all through the evening, out trying to get guys out of the way, out of the front of the Beaver net. So we'll give that to Zach Brighting for the hard hat in this game this evening. So that'll do it. We're going to get ready for the next game. So the final score again, the Beavers lose to Mason by a score, Comets 2, Beavers nothing. And that makes Mason finish 5th and Beavercreek 6th in this tournament. And so that's going to do it from now. When's the next Beaver varsity game? Do you know, Dave?
I can tell you the second.
We will probably carry the JV game tomorrow,
Most likely stream.
and either myself or maybe Mike
Yeah, he's been doing
might do it. Mike can do it. I might just decide to take the evening off tomorrow.
They are away against Springboro on Friday.
So Friday night, this upcoming Friday night, they're at South Metro
Metro versus Springboro.
against Springboro. Does it give the time?
7 p.m.
7 p.m. Okay, thanks,
Metro
Dave.
game.
Okay. So our next varsity Beaver game at 7 o'clock Friday night at South Metro against Springboro. And so we will stream the JV game tomorrow. I think it's at 5:30 from here, and either myself or Mike might substitute and do the call of the game tomorrow, and then I'll be back with you Friday night. But we'll see. If I get up the gumption, I might be here tomorrow night. We'll see how much gumption I got.
It's kind of a long weekend.
Yeah. So we'll see. But if not, then I'll talk to you again Friday evening. Any chats? I don't think there were any, at least when I was looking at it.
Jim Neuroth. I thought you got that earlier.
Who?
Jim Neuroth.
Oh, Jim. What does he
Chase's
say?
uncle.
What does he say?
Let's get a goal, Beavers, from Uncle Jim.
Uncle Jim says, let's get a goal. Jim, I'm afraid it didn't happen.
Sorry
Sorry about that. Oh, boy. I tell you what, Jim, I appreciate that comment. I'm sorry I didn't get it on during the course of the game. But, yeah, I'm going to give the Beavers a break on this one, whereas yesterday, that first game, they lost 6-1. I was pretty critical. This game, I mean, Mason, I tell you what, they've got a big physical team.
They
And
know how to use
fast.
it, and
Yeah.
a lot of our freshmen were outmatched physically.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just as Dave puts it right, and just outmatched physically in this game. And they kept it close. And Gabe Horseman kept it close, and that's why I made him our second star of the game. The big Haas kept him in it, but the Comets are able to hold on 2-0. They outshoot the Beavers 43-11, and they finish 5th in the tournament, Beavercreek 6th. So I'm going to get off here so we can set up the next game. Speaking for our camera operator, Amy Haywood, and our engineers, producers, Craig Newroth and Dave Vanden Moss, I'm Kent Jacobs. Again, the final, Mason 2, Beavercreek nothing. Until next time, good morning, everybody.